Phrygian Dominant is a really cool sound. It's just a Phrygian scale with a major third. So 1, flat 2, major 3, 4, 5, flat 6, flat 7, 1. Right? And it's where we get this sound. And how we can use it functionally is looking at it as the 5, the dominant function, into a harmonic minor, which means we have a dominant push to our tonic, which we don't get in natural minor. And we have that T-do, or that natural 7, to the root note of its resolving tonic, which is really important. That's where we get this tritone resolve. What's really cool is if I make this a flat 9 to give it that really Phrygian sound, that Phrygian dominant sound, I now have that tritone, but also of this A7 flat 9, the 5 and the flat 9 give me another tritone that resolve to the flat 3 and the 5 of my tonic chord. So if I play this A7 flat 9, I have 2 tritones resolving into the tonic chord. This gets really, really cool if I were to sort of set it up in maybe a gypsy jazz way. Right, that little rundown, this is just a chromatic, right? So if I'm in D minor, I'm on the A, I'm on that Phrygian dominant, but I'm going to go a chromatic down to the natural 7. So, and then I'm going to run down the A7 flat 9, but I'm never going to touch the A, the root note of that chord. Ending on the 7 and then bringing me back up to the root note. Another way to look at that is if I set this A7 flat 9 up without touching the root note, which is a really cool way to do an arpeggio. Do an arpeggio with actually hitting that root, is if I start on either the 3 of the A7 or the flat 7 of the A7 flat 9, and I just set it up in walking up minor thirds, and then resolve it down to my D minor, which is really cool. And that just ends up being the 3, 5, flat 7, flat 9, 3, 5, flat 7, flat 9 of that A7, which is a really cool sort of diminished walk up. And then if I were to do that, however I wanted, that can bring me up into resolving it to my relative major, because that function, that 5 to flat 9, can resolve back into an F instead of the D minor. If you're an intermediate guitar player that wants to bridge the gap between your creative ideas and what you're able to play, becoming fully fretboard fluent, comment pro below, or check out the free training that I have in the comments.